So today's video is going to be on the BCM Mk2 BFH enhanced lightweight upper. What we're going to have here is a 14.5. We have the BCM Comp Mod 7. Now that is pinned and welded to get it to that legal length, and it did come from BCM that way. All right, so for the barrel, it's going to be BCM's enhanced lightweight barrel profile. It is the BFH, so it is cold hammer forged. You have the BCM low profile gas block. Now it is not pinned, it is not cross drilled, but I'm not sure how BCM installs their gas blocks, but it seems to have been tightened on with red Loctite. I'm not sure, I don't really know what they use. So the rail is going to be the BCM Mk2 13-inch rail here. All right, so for the light, it's going to be the Streamlight ProTac HLX. We do have that mounted via Picatinny by the Cloud Defensive LCS. Now we have a lot of rounds on this light. You're going to see this light in a lot of our other videos because we're going to continue testing this light just to see how far we can push it. Okay, for the optic, it's going to be the Aimpoint Pro, another optic that we've used in a lot of other videos, and an optic that I've been using for a really long time. I just replace the battery every couple of years and it just seems to keep going. So for the sights, it's going to be the Magpul M-Bus 2. We have the Radian Raptor charging handle, and for the safety, what we just have here is just a standard mil-spec 90-degree throw. Now I really like the 90-degree throw, something I've trained with a lot, something that I really like, so that's why it's on there. The grip is going to be the BCM Gunfighter grip and the BCM Gunfighter stock. We really wanted to keep as much BCM parts on this as possible. Now we do have a BCM lower coming in the mail, but it's not here yet. So what we're running on this rifle for our lower is going to be the Aero Precision M4E1 lower. And if you've seen this lower on the channel before, probably, we have the Geissele SSAE. So we've got quite a few thousand rounds on this lower and on this trigger as well. I can't tell you exactly how many are on here, but there are thousands and thousands of rounds on this trigger. All right, so it is forged. Now the upper is forged from 7075 T6 aluminum. So a few things you're going to notice that are going to be different about this rifle is going to be the geometry on the upper receiver has been enhanced by BCM. They've changed the shell deflector here, and the forward assist has been moved forward, so racking it with that right hand is not going to be an issue for you. So you're not going to run into snags or getting your finger caught in there if you're racking it with the right hand, say when you're shooting left-handed, whatever. On the side here, they seem to have beefed it up a little bit to make this a little bit stronger. So BCM does have a very good reputation in the world of rifles for making, some would say, the upper mid-tier, but there's some debate out there to if they're actually top-tier rifles and if they're as good as Knight's Armament and stuff like that. But in my experience, BCM and all the parts that I've ever used from BCM, I've never had a problem at all. I've been using BCM bolt carrier groups for a long time in a lot of my rifles, and they do work quite well. Now the BCM bolt carrier group and this rifle is a new one. We did get a new BCM bolt carrier group for this review. It's not the same one that we usually use. I can tell you something about the BCM Mk2 rail here is that I don't know what kind of magic BCM has done, but this rail doesn't get as hot as a lot of the other thin M-LOK rails out there. In fact, this rail seemed to stay pretty cool. I wore a glove because I expected it to get really smoking hot, and it didn't. So kudos to BCM. This rail is absolutely awesome. All right, so for this barrel, it's going to be 11. I think it's a special blend of chrome molybdenum that's supposed to be more mil-spec than mil-spec. So I think it's 1159 5E. I think is what the designation for that type of CMV steel is. So it is machine gun steel, and from what I can see, this barrel is very strong. Despite the fact that it is very thin for the enhanced lightweight barrel profile. So what we're mounting the sling with here is something that came from BCM with the upper, and that's going to be a Magpul QD spot. It is BCM branded. All right, so for the sling, it's going to be the Faro Concepts Slingster. All right, you've seen me use that a lot. Now they did include a Picatinny rail section here that I got the light mounted with. Now it is polymer. It's a polymer Picatinny rail section. I don't really see a problem with that for mounting a light. I guess if you wanted to mount something that would break before your rail does, I guess a polymer M-LOK rail section would do it. So I haven't really had any problems out of it. It hasn't come loose. It didn't melt to the rail or anything like that. So I'm going to say it's good to go for now. However, I probably will replace it with an aluminum Picatinny M-LOK mount to put on there. And we're just running standard bolt release, no bad lever, anything like that. So I guess now what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and ghost this trigger. It's the Geissele SSAE. I've ghosted it before, but we're going to ghost it again just because I love ghosting triggers and I love Geissele 2-stage triggers. So let's go ahead and ghost this trigger here. My catchphrase, let's ghost this trigger here. Anyway, all right, so filling into that trigger, what you're going to have is a 2-stage trigger. You have a 2-pound first stage, and then for your second stage, it's going to be a 1-pound brake. Let's check out that reset. Very positive, very crisp. When you're shooting, you just know every single time. So have a very crisp reset, a very nice crisp brake. I mean, that is just amazing. Listen to that, hold on. I don't know if I've ever done a close-up on the SSAE, but we're going to do it today. That's just beautiful. All right, so going back over the build, we're going to go from butt to tip, just like the Navy likes. Okay, so this is going to be the BCM Gunfighter stock, BCM Gunfighter grip. We have the Radian Raptor. We have the MBUS 2 backup sights, Aimpoint Pro, standard 90-degree throw safety lever with the Geissele SSAE. We have the Streamlight ProTac HLX with the Cloud Defensive LCS to mount our pressure pad. And for the muzzle device, it's going to be the BCM Comp Mod 7. It's like a 2-prong, but it's a compensator. It is a little bit louder. I've seen people compare it to the War Comp. I'm not sure how accurate that is though, but this compensator, I can tell you, it did keep the muzzle pretty flat when shooting, and it was an overall good experience. So, like I said, the Streamlight ProTac HLX. So this is BCM's 13-inch MCMR rail. Essentially what that is BCM's M-LOK rail. And it does have M-LOK all around it, the angles too. So you're going to have M-LOK all around this rail to attach your accessories and whatever else you want to do. All right, so Air Precision M4 E1 lower, Radian Raptor. And I think that's going to cover everything on this rifle. I did tell you that it's running the BCM low profile gas block. Now it comes like that from the factory. Now just a note here, this gas block is not pinned, it's not cross drilled. I'm not sure how BCM installs it, but it does seem to be on there. Thank you so much for watching the channel. Thank you for everyone who continues to support us on YouTube. We noticed we have someone over on the Patreon now, so thank you very much for that. Definitely means the world to us. All right, so on the Patreon, we are going to be giving away a Radian Raptor pretty soon. We're just trying to get some more people over there, and then we're going to be giving that away. All right, so it won't be this one. It'll be a brand new one, obviously. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this video. As you can see, these videos are not cheap to make. It's rather expensive when we get into buying all the equipment, into buying the uppers and all the other parts that goes into it. It does get kind of expensive, so if you would like and subscribe, it would really help us out in supporting the channel. It would really mean a lot to us. We have a Patreon. If you would like to go over to Patreon and check us out, that would also mean very much to us. So please like and subscribe if you enjoy this video. Let us know what you think about BCM and BCM rifles, and tell us about your experience with BCM. As a contrast to our last video, we're happy to have this on the channel. All things considered, this has been quite an extremely awesome rifle so far. So we're looking forward to doing more videos with it and further testing with this rifle. It's definitely a great shooting rifle, and I would say that it's properly gassed. Didn't really seem to be over gassed in terms of the felt recoil. I'll have to look at the video and see where the ejection pattern was, but so far everything seems to be in order. Anyway, thank you so much for watching. Please like and subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.